What's up, everybody? It's your boy CrazyBase98, aka Nicholas Morales, founder of the EHG community. And this is gonna be a brand new show. This is gonna be, instead of the Oblivion Orbiter, since we're no longer Brothers of Oblivion anymore, this is gonna be called the Black Hole. This is gonna be the new show that we're gonna have, like, different topics about gaming, different news about gaming, and we're gonna go ahead and put in opinions, and we're gonna put in ideas of what they want to put in, like ideas that we would suggest. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to the first topic that we're gonna talk about, and with that, as I said, this is all opinionated. Don't get a little bit upset about what the opinion is. Everybody has different opinions than I do. A lot of people share my opinion, but let's move on to the first topic. Okay, so if you guys can see, we are actually playing a Blizzard game, which is actually part of our first topic, which is Blizzard Mobile and microtransactions. Now, Blizzard had came up with the idea of a Diablo game for mobile, and with that, a lot of people were very upset because of the fact that it wasn't going to be placed on any other console, especially from PlayStation, Xbox, or PC. And with that, a lot of people were very upset at the event and very upset that it was just another mobile game. Now, I understand the real actual complaints about this, because especially how people do not trust microtransactions, where microtransactions are a major thing. If some of you don't know what a microtransaction is things in regards to, like, buying cosmetics, weapons, skins, even characters, or even like putting in extra money to be able to unlock certain things within a game or unlock certain modes within a game. Now, with this, like, things such as cosmetics or like extra skins or even extra weapons, skins, and stuff like that should not really matter. But I understand the frustration around where people do not like things in regards to, I would say, any type of things like to make your character stronger, to even, like, help level up your character. I completely understand the actual complaints on that. So the thing is with the microtransactions, it usually happens within the mobile area, since that's really the only way that mobile games and mobile companies actually do get paid. So at one point, I am not seeing an issue in the mobile area. All I'm seeing is that it's a major problem for people who are in the gaming industry, or no, excuse me, in the gaming community. But what people do not understand is that things such as mobile gaming is going to happen, and the problem is a lot of people just don't see that microtransactions have to happen in areas like mobile, because it's gonna be actual thing for gaming. So with that, also, a lot of people don't like the fact that it's a possible idea to get money for a company again. Now, my actual problem with things like that is that people are upset because they think, oh, it's gonna be another money cash grab. Like, well, of course it's gonna do that. Every company has to find a way to make more money, and whether or not they have enough money or a lot of money, they have to find some type of way to do so. Now, when it comes to Diablo Mobile, the Diablo Immortals video game on the mobile platform, I feel as if people who were upset about it really had no right to be upset about it. It did not say anything in regards to a Diablo game in general. I don't think it said anything in regards to things like, things like even any type of mobile gaming. So I feel as if people were a little bit too, upset about that for no reason. I feel that, when it comes to, like, a big money thing, that, a business always has to try to find a way to earn money, and the mobile area is an area where it actually does matter. Now, for those thinking that you know that it really doesn't matter in a sense because mobile gaming is not important, that is not true in any type of way. I feel as if people are just being a little bit too sadistic when it comes to the mobile area. I feel as if, you know, when it comes to those areas that, you know, people are not going to take into consideration to mobile gamers, though, even though it is a major area where, you know, gaming is a thing. My problem with it is just that, you know, people don't understand that it actually means something. And with that, it actually brings an idea of gaming to a lot of other people. That's just my thing on it. When it comes to stuff like that, I think a lot of people are too cynical when it comes to, you know, mobile gaming and the cause for it. So I really think that people should just really learn to give mobile gaming more of a chance and stop being like very stingy with the actual titles. I think in regards to the fans, I think they were wrong to being so upset because it did not come to an idea of, oh, this is a brand new game for consoles. It did state a Diablo game. So that was nobody's fault but the fans themselves. So that's how I feel about it myself. And with that, you know, I feel that a lot of people should learn to be a lot more understanding for the actual companies. So with that, I feel, you know, the mobile gaming for the Blizzard area is a great idea. I feel as if, you know, people were just a little bit too cynical for that idea and just like literally hear them out. So with that, there was just major backlash and major stupid questions like, oh, is this a off-season April Fool's joke? I'm like, what kind of what kind of rudeness do you have if you're gonna say something stupid like that? Like, you know, like, I don't understand the rudeness and the stupidity that somebody would end up saying something just as cruel and nasty. You know, I would literally have told that person to have left at that moment. Because people don't take into consideration of mobile developers. But, that's the end for this topic. We're gonna move on to the next topic. And it's gonna be, really on the actual idea of Anthem and the EA backlash. Okay, so I'm here right now. We're gonna go ahead and talk about a certain topic that a lot of people specifically hate, and well, it's a mixture of two of them, and that is EA's backlash and the new Anthem project. Now, one thing that I know a lot of people have an issue with is the fact that, you know, a lot of people have major hatred for EA, and it's because in the fact that a lot of deals, very very bad deals, have been done by EA to other companies. A lot of deals in regards to, I would say, things such as how do I say this? I would say things such as, you know, the major issue with Battlefront 2.
You are the first, but not the only.
Really? Who else?
There is also Lexi.
Oh, right.
And sorry about that major talk in the background. With that, a lot of people were wondering and upset about like how they went ahead and messed up the game to a point where it was unplayable due to the microtransactions. I agree, it was terrible of the fact that, you know, a lot of characters took more than probably like $50 plus a certain amount of money to actually be able to unlock if you were to pay it. Especially with some of the unlockable things and the like literally the things such as loot box came with like extremely bad choices, and I'm extremely bad choosing of prizes. And the problem was that the game was not that bad. Now, the issue that a lot of people tend to have is that now the Anthem is coming out, and Anthem is a BioWare game that is, you know,
Sam, is there any
at one
discussion on
point,
the battle sites we found?
ooh,
Feels
excuse-
like
there's like,
analyzing
because BioWare is the reason why Mass Effect is a major thing, so that's why, you know, I'm playing a Mass Effect game. They are afraid of the microtransactions in Anthem, which I highly doubt it's going to be crazy. Especially with someone who has played, you know, the actual beta of Anthem, which Anthem looks amazing, and I will be streaming it with good friends when it comes out. The issue with the actual game itself, and you know, the company itself, is that everybody is very, very iffy about it because of the EA backlash. Now, the problem that I seem to have with it is just that, you know, people are still buying the microtransactions or buying the games that they
Execute me some
have for EA, but the issue is that they don't like the fact of that, because they say that, you know, they screw over the players and then they're money hungry. Now, I understand and I agree in certain areas where they did extremely bad on that, but in order to stop a company, you have to stop putting in money towards them. So, the fact that people are still buying microtransactions and still putting in money towards the company, it shows that actually they don't have that much of a problem with it as they say they do. Now, that's a major issue with it. Now, the biggest thing that you have control with is your actual, let's say, your actual wallet. And when people tend to, you know, say things like microtransactions are an issue, but you're still buying money for the microtransactions and you're still using your money for the microtransactions, it's kind of hypocritical, because it's trying to find out that the microtransactions are actually they're guys, they are actually, you know, literally to a point where they're optional. And now that the fact that people are complaining about it to a point where it's like they say, oh, you know what, this is too much, they're doing way too much against us, they should be more you know, player friendly, which I agree. But at one point, you can't blame them for people's bad choice in their money. That's how you majorly control somebody, you or even a company. But you're still gonna put effort into them because of even the fact that they are making your good titles. And even though I hate EA, I will still try to put money towards them because of the fact that their titles are good, and I don't want to go ahead and lose anything of their good titles. You know, Mass Effect's a good title, Dragon Age is a good title, and even with me now, I'm gonna be religiously playing Anthem when it comes out.
I want you to know.
So,
Asari don't reproduce like the cat.
No.
so what I say is that
The person we mate with is unchanged, and a brand new being is
what I have to say is that, like, if you don't like them, I would suggest not putting money into them. But if you are putting money into their transactions, then
Asari have more in common with the Angara.
you know that's not gonna stop them from doing what they're doing, and then the bad acts are not gonna make a difference. Though them losing $21 billion, majorly losing a large amount of money, it didn't affect them in any type of way. So with that, you guys have to understand where, you know, the wallet thing is a major problem, where you ought to go ahead and literally make an effort to, you know, stop putting in money towards their actual, you know, towards the actual company, and try to go ahead and get rid of them. But as I said, that's a thing with microtransactions and some of the gamers, because some of them tend to not know what to do with their money, because they're still gonna put money into that actual company. So that's just my take on the EA. I would say that when it comes to the Anthem game, people are just gonna be so
Ambient temperature is normal.
like so iffy about it because it's a EA game. It's a EA licensed game. So I would say stop going ahead and leaving one game's issues to another. I would not go ahead and leave Battlefront 2's issues to Anthem because of the fact that, you know, you cannot hold every company or every game like literally to a type of hostage because one game and one company messed up. Each game and each company is completely different. You can't go ahead and do that. You can't take that actual idea away from it. So that's just my thing about it. But we're gonna move on to the next topic, which is, you know, things such as crossplay and the brand new Apex game. So let's go ahead and take a look at stuff like that. Now let's get on to this idea here. Now we're going to be talking about crossplay and Apex. Now Apex is a brand new battle royale game that has come out and has automatically reached 25 million players within a week. And then on the first 3 days, 10 million. On the first day, almost probably, I believe, 3 million. 3 or 2 million. And with that, ended up beating, you know, Fortnite in its actual record. Now, I'm actually pretty happy about that. I think that's pretty cool. Now, with the game Apex, it requires either, you know, at the moment a solo play or well, excuse me, at the moment 3 players in a team. Possibly in the future it will end up having solo play or duos in like any regular actual battle royale game. Now, the thing is with this game, it shows a lot of, you know, the use of abilities, the use of different characters, the use of things like such as healers, tanks, and it's actually pretty cool because I actually like that idea. Like, especially all these abilities, like from the L1, like a tactical ability or ultimate. You have things such as, you know, like passive abilities. Especially, you know, people like people run faster, people have an actual tank, people have a tracker, people have a grappling hook and stuff like that. And the thing is with that, it makes a big difference of who you choose and who you're teaming up with. So I think this is going to be an amazing game. I think it's going to be to a point where it's actually EA. No, excuse me, esports or MLG, and you know it'll be actually cool to actually, you know, see this go through. And especially I'm gonna be streaming this a lot on YouTube, especially I'm gonna be doing this a lot on Twitch. So Apex is gonna be a major change on that, where Fortnite right now is leading to giving out free passes, especially battle passes with doing actual quests. So that means that they're actually struggling and desperate to it. So that's how I feel about Apex. The other idea with that is just a crossplay idea. A lot of people want to go ahead and move this to the Nintendo Switch, and people want to go ahead and do crossplay between different consoles. Even want to do crossplay with different games, and people have been asking Sony for it, but Sony has been denying it. People have taken shots at Sony for it. People have taken major shots at why they won't do it, and say that they're money hungry and they're not for the players. Now, let me point out many reasons of why that is completely wrong, and why, in my opinion, crossplay is not a necessity, it's a privilege. When it comes to crossplay, you have to go ahead and make sure that every player in the player base is happy. Those on the competitive scene and those on the free playing scene. If you're on the free playing scene, then you want to go ahead and actually make sure you are setting things up, like having, you know, having to be able to play games with, you know, people on Xbox, people on PC, and people on the Switch possibly. Now, when literally PlayStation said no to this, a lot of people like Microsoft and Bethesda took shots at that, which is kind of funny to me. When it came to a lot of things, like, you know, Sony was actually leading in regards to actual, you know, gameplay was doing better. A lot of story-driven games were being brought out, especially things like God of War was literally one of the games that actually made it out there to a point where they were making a lot of money. Now, the issue that I have with people calling out Sony is because of the fact that they do provide, especially in the game area, for most of the players. They provide in regards to what is needed in a game: gameplay, graphics, and storyline. Now, where Microsoft went ahead and says that, they are not driven to wanting to do what the players want, it's very difficult to take Microsoft seriously in regards to the fact that they do not literally do anything to make their player base better. Now, why I say this is because of the fact that they take their time trying to make the Xbox into more of a fancier box, which is kind of stupid, and the fact that, hey, that they're trying to do things such as say, oh, you know what, we're going to have amazing backwards compatibility, which is, I believe that it's an actual excuse for their lack of games, where most of the developers in Xbox actually go ahead and come up with good ideas for new games, and especially of how the system doesn't sell the game. The actual games sell the system. So that's a major thing with me on why I don't believe a damn thing where Xbox comes to a point. And there is also another thing with companies like Bethesda saying the same thing, like even going to a point where, like, oh, you will not get our actual card game for Elder Scrolls if you do not allow any type of crossplay. Now, my point on that is that you just literally messed up one of your biggest titles with Fallout 76, where a lot of people didn't have no problem with it, but a lot of people did, and then you wanted to make it crossplay, but it was not going to be crossplay. It's not even crossplay in any type of area. So why you complained about it, you went against what you actually said. So Bethesda should keep quiet about it, especially now how much money they lost in regards to 76. As I said with Microsoft, you do not earn a lot of money because you have a nice box. You do not earn a lot of money because your Xbox is the strongest. Literally, Nintendo just skipped past your sales because of the fact that, hey, you didn't go ahead and decide to bring any titles to it. And now you want to use crossplay and backwards compatibility as an excuse to literally try to get people on the bandwagon. Now, on the reason of why it will not work in general is because no area in console is equal. If you do it for Xbox and PlayStation and Switch, it could possibly be equal. But then that's leaving out the PC area, which is not good. So that's leaving out a whole major area of gamers. Now, with that, you end up doing the exact same thing if you make it for PlayStation and PC, and then Xbox and PC. Now, with that, no area, especially in FPSs, are top notch besides PC because of the actual use of the mouse and keyboard. Where things like Rainbow Six Siege actually ban you from using mouse and keyboard on console, where it is possible to actually get banned from mouse and keyboard on console. So, especially when you're playing games like Overwatch, even though the console allows you to do it. So that's a major problem. But people don't tend to take a look at that. People don't tend to look at that. They just still think about, oh, you know what, I just want to be able to play with my friends. People can't, and people don't have, every console in the library. Well, too bad. That's how it is. Too bad. Because of the fact that now, if you want crossplay, somebody's got to get limited or somebody's got to get a boost in gameplay. And that is going to screw over a lot of people. And that's going to make people a lot angrier. But nobody tends to do that because everybody's gonna say, "Oh, it's gonna be a major thing now." And like people are gonna say, "Oh, it's something that people always wanted." But it doesn't matter what you want. I'll tell you why. Because if we go on the idea that everybody wants to go ahead and work together and try to go ahead and make make it so you can play with your friends for fun, then we're excluding the people that actually don't want it because of the competitiveness. We're not listening to the whole entire actual people that want the crossplay, but actually literally want to do it for competitive. Also, a lot of people in the Sony area or a lot of people in consoles don't care for crossplay. So you're not getting on the boat with a lot of passengers. So that's just my whole take on it. But you know, that's really it for this actual talk, and I want your opinions in the comments. I'm going to be posting this on different platforms, especially Facebook. But definitely subscribe to the EHG community. Definitely go ahead and turn on your notifications when we get new streams and new videos set out. And definitely join us at Facebook, join our Discord channel, and subscribe to our moderators where all links are in the description. But thank you for watching today's episode of The Black Hole, and we're going to go ahead and continue this another time. And you guys have a wonderful day.